Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Abode Services' 18th Annual Journey Home Breakfast. I am Anu Natarajan, former Vice Mayor of Fremont, also a proud supporter of Abode Services and its mission to end homelessness. This is the third year in a row we are live streaming this event. I know we'd rather be in person for the one early morning event that we all look forward to feel that sense of community. But we are glad you're joining us online. We are excited to share our Journey Home Breakfast program with you. Today, we will discuss the history of Abode Services, as well as the progress this organization has made in its mission. I am so excited to introduce our first video. It's about the participants in the Abode Services programs, the people this organization helps, and their journeys from homelessness to finding a home of their own. Here it is. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm here to tell you that I was the dirt beneath the dirt.
I ended up living in my car because, rent was pretty expensive even back then.
I felt like a loser. I failed.
When I got divorced or was separated, I was lost because now I'm homeless.
My story is different than others. I ended up that way from domestic violence. People don't just ask for that.
I just was basically into, getting by every day, and then each day turned into a week turned into a month, and then a month turned into a year.
I think there's a lot of homeless people. Once you're out there, you really just don't know what to do. You just go through the motions. Let's just survive for the day and then worry about tomorrow.
I've been out there for a long time and out sleeping on the sidewalks, raining, puddling under a carport or a garage.
People do not choose to be homeless. I'm living proof of that.
We're talking, I was out there for a few years, trying not to be observed, not to be seen,
People don't realize that everything you have, if you leave, you have to take everything of value with you.
You don't have any real rights.
Being homeless without having a shelter means, how are you going to take a shower? Is there a public restroom that you can go into to rinse your face off, to brush your teeth, things that people take for granted?
But you also have customers that are, going to different businesses, coffee shops and so forth. They will report you just for sleeping in your car, and that's just a sad reality of being homeless.
The hardest part is just keeping your basic necessities together: food, water, keeping your clothes clean, taking showers. Because
I'm homeless, that's immediately what people will recognize, and they will put me into a category, homeless person, got to be a bad person,
Abode opened the doors for me.
In honesty, until Abode came, there was really no hope.
Abode was there for me when I was not able to help myself.
Abode taught me how to live my life again.
I'm so blessed for knowing the staff here.
When they put the key in our hand, we were utter disbelief. It's like, wow, this is wonderful.
They stand up for the people that cannot stand up for themselves.
They gave me the pathway to get my life back in every aspect.
Once you walk through those front doors, that front door there, you know you were home. It's yours.
I learned from Abode that I'm not a bad person.
I felt really empowered.
They taught me a lot about, how it feels to be respected again and have somebody on your team.
Now you're building a foundation. Now you got your house. Now you just take care of whatever little things that you couldn't do.
It seriously saved my life, what they've done for me.
Well, I think that they're providing the housing in itself has allowed me to continue to recover, to get to where I can hold my head up high.
I am so grateful for Abode Services giving me a life, giving me hope.
I opened the door. I yelled to myself, "I'm home." That says it all right there. And close the door. The world is out there, but you're inside.
Wasn't that amazing? Congratulations to the Abode Services families on the progress they've made, no matter what stage of their journey they find themselves. As you all know, the mission of Abode Services is to end homelessness, a crisis in California for far too long. This battle to find everyone a home can only be done with all of you as partners and with the support of our community partners like the sponsors of today's breakfast. We'd like to thank those sponsors right now. First, our presenting sponsor, BBI Construction, Kaiser Permanente. Our premier sponsors, Ann and Alden Danner, Cahill Contractors, Fremont Bank, Marks Okobu. Our major sponsors include Alameda Alliance for Health, BKF Engineers, Brana Construction, Digital Nirvana Inc., Heritage Bank of Commerce, Herman Colliver Locus Architecture, Loney Architecture, Washington Hospital Healthcare System. And our supporting sponsors today, Bernard Balgley and Bonacorsi LLP, Block Construction Company, Element Structural Engineers, Inc., Gonzalez and Kozachenko, Attorneys at Law, Gunkel Architecture, Hayward Tri-City Alumni, chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc., HKIT Architects, Indo-Americans for Better Community, Piatok Architecture and Urban Design, and Santa Clara County Housing Authority. We are so grateful to all of you for your generous support. Your dollars, combined with your donations today, directly help Abode Services provide crucial housing and services to the people in need. Next, it is my honor to introduce a video featuring two longtime stars of Abode Services. The first is Jean Morgan, Abode Services Director of Community Outreach. Jean has worked here for almost 3 decades and has recruited and trained thousands of volunteers. As our most recognized community ambassador, Jean is a community liaison between local leaders and Abode. In 2018, State Senator Bob Wajkowski presented to Jean a State Leadership Award, recognizing her years of contributions to Abode's mission and to the community. Jean will be joined by Louis Shequin, Abode Services Chief Executive Officer and our fearless leader. With Louis at the helm, Abode Services assisted over 14,000 people just last year in several Bay Area counties. During his nearly 30 years of his leadership, Louis has overseen a tremendous period of growth for this organization. Louis has led Abode Services from a small grassroots group to a large Bay Area-wide organization that maintains 7,000 people in housing on a given night. In this video, Jean and Louis will discuss the agency's many achievements and long history, as well as its plans for the future. Please join me in welcoming Louis Shequin and Jean Morgan.
Well, this is nice to get together.
It is. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Louis. It's been a long time.
How many years have we been doing this together?
Louis,
It's almost 30, right?
yeah, I've been here 30 Christmases.
That's right.
So
that's how you measure.
You know, that's
Christmases.
how I measure, because I have actually provided supplies, gifts, whatever our population needed, whatever our participants needed, 30 years ago.
30 years.
30 years ago.
So how did you end up coming here?
Well, first I was a volunteer when we were Tri-City Homeless Coalition, if you can remember that far back.
That was back at the
Dakota
Road site. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
It was the St.
Dakota
Vincent de
Road.
Paul building, right?
That's right.
And it was a state-of-the-art kitchen, right?
Oh, yeah,
It was
sure.
amazing setup. It was really easy.
It
What was that like, actually?
It was really hard. The stove worked sometime. We had a couple of burners, the refrigerators. It was just really, really sad. So just to build Sunrise Village is just so wonderful, not only for the volunteers, but for, you know, for our participants that are living in this wonderful building. It's what a change. I didn't know at that time that I was stepping into my purpose. I was stepping into the purpose of what I should be doing and the people I should be helping. So I look back over those past 30 years and I don't regret it.
So when I came here, we were just moving in here, and I think of my first impression of you was, oh yeah, this is a colleague, this is a comrade in a place, in getting this place in order. And we didn't have everything we needed.
Well, because the need was there and we didn't have enough volunteers to cover, you know, we do 3 meals a day here at Sunrise Village and there was not enough volunteers.
Yeah.
So what do?
So what did you do?
Well, what Tri-City Homeless Coalition had in the beginning was a few good volunteers that were passionate and strong about what we needed. Like you said in the beginning, I was cooking, I was doing children's program, and then, you know, I would go out and speak to a corporate group, come back in, take off my suit, put on my apron, and cook a meal.
How many years did it take to get to the point where you're no longer cooking? There are actually more than enough volunteers. You're actually having to put them on a wait list.
On a wait list,
right?
yes.
To cook. How
Yes.
many years did that take?
You know what? It did take a couple of years because they had to get to know us and to trust that, you know, we were not just a fly-by-night nonprofit.
And we figured out pretty quickly it wasn't adequate, that people needed housing options. So we created slowly, because it didn't happen as fast as we wanted, but we created these housing options for people and then just grew. And now we're in 7 counties, and we do more work than any other organization in the Bay Area, actually, to do this. And but that's massive change, right? So I've always appreciated your willingness to be patient with that and to adapt to that. So
It's been good, but you know, Louis, I have to say, you're a good visionary. You really are, and
Well, thank you.
I feel honored, privileged to work with you all these years. So what brought you over? What brought you to the agency?
When I was young, I decided I wanted to do work that made the world better. It's not that complicated. And lived out of the area for a little bit with my new wife, and then came back here, and there was this job, the program director here at what was called then the Tri-City Homeless Coalition, which described the organization at the time because it was only serving 3 cities, Newark, Fremont, and Union City. And it was a coalition of people, volunteers and churches, and it was focused on homeless people. But we changed our name, as you know, to
Right.
Abode Services to really focus on the solution. And I took that program director job, had it for a year and a half. That's when you and I worked together very closely.
Really close,
Because,
yeah.
right, that's when it was like, okay, we're going to take this chaos
That's right.
and make this place
That's
work.
right. That's right.
And it was after that, you know, my predecessor, Tom Bolin, great guy, and he moved on and recommended me to the board as a new executive director, and I said yes. A couple years, you know, we sort of got better, a little better every year, I think, right? I mean,
We did.
and then remember we got the big United Way grants? There were 3 grants that we got. We're a dinky little organization. They gave us 3 grants because we spent all this time.
Yes.
3 major, changed us completely.
Yeah.
Because then we had the resources. We were able to say, okay, this isn't good enough. And the board and people like you and me started to think about what we could really do to change people's lives, to really transform their lives by giving them a home, so they could, you know, do all the other things they want to do. And finally, we sort of broke through. People started seeing, wow, they're actually making a difference. They're actually every year getting more and more people into their own homes. But nonetheless, you know, when we started thinking about people's possibilities, changed everything. And it's been a good place to work ever since, I think.
So, Louis, we were such a small organization when we started. How many people do you think we had here?
So my recollection is we had around 12, 13 employees. And then we had, because this was our only program at the very beginning, it was 66 people. That's the maximum amount of for occupancy here. And now we have, we're serving 16,000 people a year.
Wow.
And our staff is 675 staff members in 7 different counties. And, you know, I do run into people all the time that worry about, you know, are you abandoning stuff you started with? No, absolutely not. It's just as important. It's just in this work, unlike a lot of work, we have so much to do to solve the problem. We have a moral obligation to grow. I mean, that's how I've always seen it.
Yeah.
So you can't just sit back and go, okay, we did it, because we sure the heck haven't. I mean, there's so much more to do.
It's so important, you know, that we continue to grow. I know I hear a lot from our different donors that will come in, and they would say, oh, I hear that you have a new housing site that's going up. I passed by it, I saw it. And I mean, that's great. That's a good feeling for them also to know that we're growing, that we're helping. We're trying to create more housing in the community.
I think we have more to offer people who support us.
No.
It's never been boring in this organization.
No, it has not been. And as we change, I have to say, the both of us, we've changed with it. And like I said, it's been an honor and a privilege to work with you, all the staff here at Abode Services, and let's keep it going.
If I had a drink in my hand, I would toast you right now.
Okay, and me too.
Thank you, Louis and Jean. We can't thank you both enough for your passion, your commitment, and decades of service. Moving on, we'd like to let you know that there are several ways to give to Abode Services to help the most vulnerable people in our community. One great way to make a difference is through the wonderful Home Builders Society, a multi-year giving program. Tara Henry, the board president of Abode Services, will tell you more about it, as well as how to give to Abode today in this next video.
Hello, my name is Tara Henry, and I'm president of the board of directors for Abode Services. I joined the board a few years ago, and I really enjoy it for many reasons. The biggest reason? Because I believe in the mission of Abode Services. That's why I'm asking you to give to Abode Services today. It's not just money, you're also giving hope. Your support can give the long-term stability that people need right here in this community as they work to improve their lives. That's why I became a member of the Home Builders Society, Abode's multi-year giving society. If you're already a member of the Home Builder Society, I want to thank you. You are helping people in need, and you're helping Abode Services end homelessness. Right now, more than 100 households and individuals are Home Builder Society members. At last year's breakfast, we welcomed new members to the society, and some current members extended their pledge for even more years. If you've been inspired by what you've seen and heard today, I ask you to consider joining the Home Builder Society. You can join the society with a pledge as low as $1,000 a year for 5 years. This is an average of just $83 per month, and your gift would allow us to help people build hope for the future. You can join by filling out the Home Builders Pledge card on the Journey Home Breakfast web landing page, listed at the bottom of your screen. Or you can do it online at abodeservices.org. You can make a gift of any amount. You can donate directly through the fundraising page of your table captain, or you can give on the Journey Home Breakfast web landing page at journeyhome.abodeservices.org. We appreciate you giving us a gift today and letting us put it to use right away to help those in need. Also, your gift can now be doubled in value, all thanks to a donor who is matching new gifts up to $50,000. Again, any new donations or current donors who increase their annual pledge will be doubled for gifts that total up to $50,000. Whatever gift you've chosen to make today, we thank you on behalf of the people we serve. Lastly, we really appreciate you taking time to join us today to learn more about Abode Services. Now I'll turn the program back to Anu. Thank you.
Thank you, Board President Tara Henry. We host the Journey Home Breakfast every year with one goal: to help those in need. Sadly, the Bay Area still has a severe housing crisis, especially after the past 3 years of the pandemic. People in unprecedented numbers are truly suffering. However, here is the silver lining. You can help. You can make a difference. Your donations today are so critical in helping Abode Services help others. To give to today's Journey Home Breakfast, please go online at journeyhome.abodeservices.org. To learn more about the Home Builder Society or other ways to give, visit our website at abodeservices.org. Finally, don't forget to check in with us on social media. Let people know you watched today and encourage them to give to Abode. You can use the hashtag JourneyHome2023 to spread the word. We thank everyone who made this video possible, including our videographer, Todd Lair. We also want to thank the extended Abode Services family for their courage in sharing their experiences. And thank you to all of you watching today and supporting our mission. Please remember to give by going online at journeyhome.abodeservices.org. Have a great day and make it an even better day by helping Abode Services help those in need. Thank you for watching.